Thank you. We have time for one more question here. I'm going to try to shoehorn two together here. It's a two-part question. What factors should be weighed when considering the adoption or implementation of a new technology into your biomanufacturing process? And when should that be done? Is there a point in time or phase of development when it's inadvisable? Or better off, Tugce, if you would like to start that off.
New technology adoption. That's well, we have some industry trends, like for example, real-time release testing. Here the main objective is to build good prediction models that could eventually replace time-consuming offline tests. So that's one promising technology. The other one is, of course, continuous biomanufacturing, which is a whole different shift in mindset, which comes with new regulatory aspects, new technology aspects, new manufacturing practices. But I think those two new technologies are quite promising, and I also see there is a huge interest from the industry. And this is exactly where we can also leverage the power of AI to get the most out of these new technologies.
Thank you, Tugce. Dean, did you want to speak to factors you should consider when adopting a new technology, and when is the best time to do it?
Absolutely. Yeah. We've been talking all about data integrity, quality, regulatory guidelines, technical challenges, cost. But I would like to stress one important aspect is the workforce resistance, right? This is going to be the most challenging thing, because at the end of the day, biomanufacturing is all between machineries and human beings. And human beings is a key component of this whole biomanufacturing space. So workforce resistance is always going to be there. So the most important factor of adoption of AI is providing education, training, and support to the workforce. So they understand, so several pilots, that's why I keep mentioning, demonstrating with pilots and case studies is going to demonstrate the value of these AI and MI, that the workforce understands it's not replacing their job, but rather supporting and facilitate their efficiency in the workload and reducing the workload. That kind of education, training, and upskilling for the workforce is going to be the most important thing, because without skilled workforce, manufacturing will not survive. And without that, adoptions of new technologies is not going to happen. So the workforce resistance should be seriously addressed for any adoption.
That's a great point, Dean. Anyone want to add to that before we wrap up here?
Maybe just add one thing is that you want to adopt AI when you have trusted but also trustworthy partners, right? The trustworthiness comes from real evidence. Real evidence comes from experimentation.
Great. Thank you, Tinglong. And folks, unfortunately, we are out of time. God, how the hour flies fast. We could probably go for another hour if we wanted, if we had the time in the world. But that wraps up today's Bioprocess Online Live. Dean, Tinglong, Tugce, thank you all so much for being here and sharing your wisdom and insights around AI and ML and biomanufacturing with our audience. Thanks again to today's sponsor, Adam, for sponsoring today's event. And thank you, the audience, for tuning in. We'll see you next time.